Hello, ladies, and welcome back to another episode of Get 'em Girl, a girl's guide to relationships, femininity, dating, polarity, and attraction. So, today I have a fun video because last time I did this, you ladies loved it so much. So, today we're going to talk about another 10 micro habits of the woman whose man is obsessed with her. And I absolutely love these because my little attention to detail when I see femininity around me is always peaked. And so I get to share what I'm always kind of on the lookout for with you ladies. So that's always fun. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just hop into the video. So habit number 1, she prioritizes herself first. Okay, so she's always looking out for her peace and her rest and her appearance and her growth journey and her femininity. Because the funny thing is, I think more traditionally, women thought that they had to put the man first and all his needs first in order for him to be drawn to her. But men actually love a woman who prioritizes herself. Deep down, men actually love a woman that's going to say, I cannot do this right now because I have this going on. I need to do this for me. Okay, it seems counterintuitive, but in reality, a woman who prioritizes herself first is very, very attractive to him. He's like, okay, she cares about herself. She loves herself. And for men, that's something, once they see that in a woman, that's something that they can't help but actually mirror. So the fact that you prioritize yourself and you put yourself first, you're treating yourself like the prize. And with him coming in and seeing that you do that, he has no other choice but to mirror that if he is a masculine man. Number 2, she actually maintains some mystery. She doesn't overshare. She keeps a little bit of, curiosity about herself, right, ladies? And so that doesn't mean that we're running around keeping big secrets and things that need to be communicated. What that means is every single detail of every single day does not have to be shared. It's okay to have little nuggets of time that only you know about. It's okay to have little things going on that only you know about, right, ladies? He doesn't have to be attached to you at the hip. He does not have to know your every single move. It's okay for you to come in the house and your hair be all done up and he's like, when did you go do that? Right, ladies? It's the little things like that. When did you decide to do this? When did you get that outfit? When did you get that dress? When did you go there? It's okay to have that mystery. And so the fact that he does not know your every move, your every coming and going is actually very, very attractive, okay? It makes him want more. It makes him interested and intrigues him. It intrigues him genuinely because you're not an open book. So there's a little bit of work he has to do to figure out more and more about you. Number 3, she has a signature scent. Ladies, I told you this before. Our senses are so connected to our memories, okay? And it is beautiful to have a collection. It's beautiful to have variety. But when you have a signature scent that can jog his memory whenever he smells it, it is a beautiful thing, okay? Because even when he's not around you, if he happens to catch a whiff of something that even smells close to you, now you're on his mind, right, ladies? Now he's thinking about you and you're not even there. So that's the beauty of a signature scent. Once he gets in his car, maybe after a date night, and he smells your perfume in his car, and he can just kind of think back to like, man, she was smelling good. She was looking good. It's so important to have a signature scent. You want to leave that trace in his mind to where if he smells anything like it, it's automatically you. And ladies, here's the funny thing, that lasts for years. I don't know if you've ever had it to where you're long out of a relationship or something, but it's still those texts or those calls that come in and it's like, no, I smelled this the other day and it made me think about you. Ladies, I'm telling you, it's lasting, okay? It's a lasting impression. Number 4, she speaks gracefully but moves with authority. And so when I say authority, I'm not saying that you are loud and boisterous. I'm not saying that you're aggressively maneuvering rooms. But what I'm saying is just by your presence, you command a room. Just by your presence, not by how loud you are, not your volume, but the way you carry yourself, the confidence in which you carry yourself commands a room. And I don't think we realize how much the way we carry ourselves, like the energy we present with, actually speaks to people. People are highly sensitive to those things. We can read a person without even realizing we're doing it. And that's most humans, okay? Have you ever heard the saying where they're like, a person knows who to try it with? It's not because they just like have been like so observant of a person and they've just studied them. No, a lot of times it's just a few little things that they see, a little bit of energy that's presented in front of them, and they know who they can try it with. Right, ladies? And so it's the same thing. Our energy is what commands that room. Right, ladies? We're not going to be in there bogarting and talking loud and trying to get the attention. The attention comes from how we carry ourselves. Okay, ladies? So she knows how to speak gracefully, but walk with confidence. She knows how to speak gracefully and communicate with confidence. She doesn't have to be loud. Okay, ladies? So that is peak femininity right there, when you don't have to do all the extra things to get attention, but the way you just carry yourself, the way you move, it already is an attention grabber. That's peak femininity. Number 5, she maintains a full life. Okay, ladies, you know how much I talk about this because it is so important in our femininity to maintain full lives. Have lives that are full of things that we love doing, full of goals, full of things that keep us busy, keep our mind working, full of things that keep us fit, keep us growing, really, honestly, is what it is. We want to have full lives and things that keep us growing, okay? And there's multiple ways to grow. You can be growing spiritually, mentally. You can be growing physically, okay, ladies? You can be growing creatively, right? Sometimes getting into, like I told you before, pottery classes and all these different things just to get creative juices flowing is really great for us because as feminine women, we are highly creative, right, ladies? So she maintains a life that's full of things that are, yes, progressing her, okay? But also she allows time for rest. She allows time to have girls' brunches and spa days and relax days. She gives herself rest. Okay, ladies? He knows when he sees that he's a part of your world, but he's not the center of it. Okay, ladies? And I know sometimes it may be like, well, wouldn't a person want to be the center? No. To be the center of another person's world is highly stressful. Right, ladies? Being the center of our own world sometimes is stressful because we're always trying to think about what we need to be doing in the moment. How can we do something? We're always trying to figure that out, right? And especially logical men. So if he is the center of your world, now he also has the pressure of doing those things for you too, of making sure your happiness is intact too. And your happiness should not rely on him. It should be boosted by him. Okay, but it does not rely on him. So it is stressful to be the center of someone else's world. And so we don't put that pressure on other people. We give it to ourselves and we let them come along and add to it. Right, ladies? So she maintains her own full, growing, busy life. That is beautiful. Okay, ladies. So number 6, she doesn't react emotionally to everything. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm never going to say never let them see you sweat and all of that kind of stuff. I think that there is a way to show and express emotion that is actually effective and actually would probably get us what we want. Right, ladies? And so I'm talking about big emotional reactions, okay? You should not be flying off the handle just because you're upset. You're not a child. Okay? You should not be acting crazy because something makes you angry. Okay? There is a way to communicate your emotion. There is a way to keep your composure and still communicate an emotion that you're feeling. For instance, if you're dealing with, something that just happened with a partner and you just don't like the way they handled something, there is a way to handle that. You should not be flying off the handle and screaming and making a scene. There is a way to say, hey, listen, I am very disappointed in what just took place here. And I feel like ABC, okay? Because as feminine women, we cannot allow ourselves to be controlled by how other people make us feel. We can't allow that to control us. Right, ladies? We have to be emotionally grounded enough to feel the emotion and give proper response, because what we want to see is change. What we want to see is a result, okay? And we're looking for these people to give us that result. And you acting like a child is not going to do that. Okay, so you don't react emotionally, you communicate your emotion. Okay, ladies, those are two completely different things. Okay, number 7, she creates an experience when he's with her. And here's the thing, being an experience is not even about the things that you do. Being an experience is all about allowing him to be around you in your femininity. It's about letting him see that softness. It's about allowing yourself to just fully be while he's around you. Okay? Enjoy yourself, laugh, feel, be while he's in your presence. There is a benefit for him being able to be around a feminine woman. And that's the experience that I'm talking about. Okay? He feels more masculine because he's around a feminine woman. Okay? Moments with her actually feel full. They feel different. There's something there that he can't do for himself. Okay, ladies? There's something exciting and flowy and sexy about being around a woman who is feminine, and those are things that he can't really give to himself. He has to go to a woman to get that feeling. He don't provide that to himself, and so we give them an experience when we allow them to be around our femininity. Okay, it does something for them. Okay, and so it is a benefit for you to be in your feminine when you're hanging out with a guy, especially one that you actually like. It is a benefit to be soft around him. Okay, I know a lot of times women go on dates and they got the mug on until he proves himself. Ladies, you shouldn't have to be doing that if you accepted the date. Okay, allow people to experience your femininity, and then as you're going through it, as you're going through the date, as you're experiencing each other, you can decide if this is a person that deserves to be around you. Okay? But you create a feminine experience. You go into these meetups and these dates and date nights. Go with your best feminine, sexy self. Okay? That's what the night is for. Allow him to experience that. Okay? Because this is definitely an experience that he cannot replicate himself. Okay, so number 8, she knows how to disappear. And this is not talking about, as far as like when you have to leave someone and all that kind of stuff. What I'm saying is she knows how to just kind of go off and do her own thing for a minute. Right, ladies? She knows how to get busy in her routine. And he'd be like, girl, where you at? Like, I miss you. Right, ladies? You're not afraid to let him feel your absence a little bit. That's completely okay. You're not afraid to go for a few hours and just be off the map for a little bit, doing your own thing, busy with your own life, treating yourself and loving on yourself. And he's like, where is she? She hadn't said much. Like, what's going on? She knows how to do that without making a huge scene. Right? She knows how to do that without creating all this buzz around it. She just goes about her business, right? And she allows him to miss her. She allows him to do that. And so that's a great tool, especially if you're kind of in a situation where y'all have just been spending so much time together. And I always tell ladies, listen, don't be the hangout girl. Okay? Don't be the girl that's just sitting up under your man all the time, always at his place. He always at your place. You always hanging with him and his boys and all that kind of stuff. Be comfortable with disappearing for a little bit. If he's having the guys over, get on up, get on out of there. Let them have that time and you go do something for yourself. Know how to disappear. Okay, ladies? So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so number 9, she knows how to affirm and uplift him. And this is I'm going to say this is a skill because there are women who do this to the extent that it comes off desperate. And then there's women who know how to naturally do this because she knows how to affirm him and make him feel good in her presence. Okay, it's a fine line, ladies, and I do not want you walking on the desperate side of it. Okay, so we're not doing this as a means to, oh, you're so handsome, you're so fine, all these different things in order to try to get him to be more into us, in order for him to pick us. We're not doing it because of that. But when you are around a man or you have a man, right, we do this as a way to speak life into him, okay? We acknowledge his efforts. We can compliment his ambition. We can speak to the man that he's showing us. Okay, ladies, we can encourage him when he's doubting himself because if you know it, whether you know it or not, okay, when you're able to encourage a man, especially in a situation where you're encouraging him as far as his business efforts and his finances and all that kind of stuff, baby, that's encouragement so that he can go out and work harder so that you can live a little bit better. Okay, that's amplifying. All right, ladies, it's okay to do those things. Okay, it's okay to let him know, listen, I feel really safe when I'm around you. That's why I like when I am around you and we're out and about because I don't have to think. I feel protected, so I'm good. I don't care where we're going. Right, ladies? It's okay to uplift him and make him feel good about those things. We're not doing it for a reason. We're not doing it because we're trying to get him to do something as far as choosing us. We're not trying to get him to do something as far as being with us. That's where it starts to feel desperate. Right, ladies? That's when it's kind of like, okay, she's saying all these things. She's overly complimenting me. She's doing all this. It feels thirsty. We don't want to be thirsty. What we do is we uplift and we acknowledge and we encourage, right? We affirm because we just want a person to feel respected, okay? We want them to feel seen. We want them to feel empowered, and that's why we do it, okay? And if we get a little bit of benefit on the back end, then amazing, right, ladies? But you want to, this is one of those things, you got to know how to do it, okay? If you feel yourself doing this out of desperation because you want him to choose you, it's best that you just not say nothing. Okay, you need to be checking the place, checking your motives, okay, when you're doing this, because I'm telling you, it can easily lean the other way. And number 10, she is unapologetically feminine, okay? She is feminine from the way she dresses, speaks, the way she moves. She is not ashamed at all of her softness. She's proud of it. Right, ladies? She does not care. She wants to be feminine regardless of how anybody feels about it. And it always has made me laugh to think about the fact that there's women who have jokes about a woman that's really, really feminine. Like, oh, she's doing too much and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, baby, we're feminine. Like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. And so women like this, women whose man is obsessed, she is not scared to just be a girl, right? I had my husband told me that at one point, I don't even remember where we were, but we were like at a dinner or something like that. And you know me, I'm putting on the voice and all that kind of stuff. Well, because my thing is I know how to give the experience, right? And he was like, you're just a girl, huh? You're just a girl. I was like, absolutely, 100%. I am just a girl. I am feminine from head to toe, and you finna see it. I'm not ashamed of it, right, ladies? And so when you allow yourself to be like that with a man, yes, it shows that you feel comfortable doing so around him. It shows that you're not ashamed to be that way around him. And it allows him to step into the masculine role because it makes him want to stand up. It makes him want to protect you, right, ladies? It makes him want to provide for you. It makes him want to be the guy, right? And so it's a beautiful thing to just own that femininity. And a woman whose man is obsessed with her knows how to do it effortlessly. Okay, ladies, so I hope that y'all enjoyed this list. Like I said, I just love observing super, super feminine women in relationships. It is so intriguing to me. And so hopefully y'all like these kind of videos. I will leave the first part of this in the description box just in case you haven't seen it, okay, or you want a refresher. Either way, it will be in the description box. And before you leave, I want you to get in those comments. And if you are claiming this for yourself or you're already walking in this, I want you to just go ahead and comment and say, I own my femininity, okay? I'm trying to get y'all in the practice of saying something and affirming yourself before you leave this channel because I want you to leave this channel uplifted. So go ahead and get in the comments and let me know that you're owning your femininity, okay, ladies? And with all that being said, I really do hope that y'all enjoyed the video. I thoroughly thank you for supporting the channel. Y'all are amazing. I want to go ahead and end off this video. Thank y'all again, and I will see you in the next episode of Get 'em Girl. Bye.